What's up, everybody? I am BK, bkbangatv.com. Thank you guys so much for joining in today. Today is another video. I'm kind of late with this one, because this was last week. It was done last week, but by the time you're seeing this video, by the time you see this video, it'll be a week later. But this is the Spicy Easter Lupac Sunday review and cook up. Shout out to Craftmaster Productions, the homie Concrete Zebra, and the homie MG the Future. They gave us Spicy Easter Lupac Sunday Volume 13. Free 99. The link is in the description, so go ahead and grab it. I cooked up some fire with it. Well, I think it's fire. Might not be fire to you. But yeah. So I'm gonna just real quick run through some of the sounds that's in the pack. And then after that, I'm gonna show y'all what I did. Alright. So these are some of the sounds from the loop pack. Again, the link is in the description. If you don't got it, go out and get it. It is free 99. So those first 5 came from CMP. Alright, so those 5 came from MG the Future, and they are all royalty free compositions. So it is free 99. You get 10 for free. If you knew like what I knew, you jump on that. Alright, so now let's get into what I did with it. Alright, catch y'all on the flizzy. Alright, so we got that to loop somewhat. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna discard or truncate. Now we got it on an even, somewhat 2 beats, 2 bars, which is 8 beats, supposedly. So I'm gonna go to from BPM. As you can see here, 8 beats is not 80 beats, and MG called it at 80 beats. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16, I think it's still gonna be off. Yep. Let me see. G be rounding his joints off. That's what I've discovered. All right. We're going shopping. All right, boom. So I like that. I like that. That's cool. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tune it. Select all. And I'm gonna pitch it. See, I'm telling y'all that Elastic Pro is on point. We need Elastic Pro in the standalone unit. Where is it? I don't even remember how to get to it. It's General. Where we at? Elastic Pro. You see how it's not, there's no glitch. I didn't have to put no time or nothing in. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't have to change the BPM. It's on point. I didn't have to use warp. Let me see if I put warp on. Warp, however, did make it sound a little bit better. So what you want to do is, if you have to know what the BPM is, and right here in this section where it says BPM, if you don't have your MPC Live or X, you go in here and you change it to whatever BPM it is. So for this instance of this sample that I use, the BPM was say 80 BPMs. I double timed it to 160, and then I tuned it down 2 semitones, and it was still like, let me do this real quick. So when I put the warp on, it did that, right? Without the warp, it's a little dragging. Is dragging a little bit. So I put the warp on, but it got that stop and chop feel. Which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you doesn't want me to do it, so right here, you just type in what you want the BPM to be, because it's going to take a little longer if you try to drag it. And you can see that the it actually snapped to the grid. All right. So now I'm gonna work on some drums. Alright, so I'm gonna record this this hi-hat. Alright, so I'm gonna record this snare drum. Let's record this kick. Alright, let's record this percussion loop. Alright, let's record this bongo loop. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna try to find an additional sound to add to this real quick. Give me a second. Be right with you. Hold on. Alright, so I went into what was it? I think Trap Kings, and I found a pad. This pad is called nah, it's not Trap Kings. What is it? Let me see. It might have been Skull and Bones. Hold up. Nah, it is Trap Kings. So Trap Kings pad 16, and I'm playing one of my progressions. So I'm gonna play it with the with what I got going on, and then it kind of worked, but I might play it in a higher octave. Let's see. kind of like it in the higher octave, so I'm gonna play it in the higher octave and see if how it sounds. So I found a sub based in Skull and Bones. One thing I want to mention to those of you that purchase Skull and Bones or any of the expansion packs that's recently been released, for some reason, now this is a software thing. This had nothing to do with the sound designer, so don't shoot the sound designer, all right? But I want to bring it to your attention before anyone brings it to our attention, because I do use it as well. So for instance, right, I'm gonna press this pad. Now you hear that little click sound. You might not be able to hear it if you don't have earbuds, headphones, or monitors. If you're listening out of your phone or your laptop computer, you might not be able to hear it. But there's a little pop, right? So the workaround for that is, and I did it, like I made sure I did it before I exported the samples or the XPNs, but for whatever reason it didn't save it. That's not me. That is the MPC software. So what you want to do is right here where it says key group all, you want to make sure you're on all. You want to be in you want to be in wave, and whichever one is highlighted is the one that you're working on. So right here where it says X fade, you want to drag that up to like in the thousands, right? Like you drag it up there, then you go to the adjacent key group and you do the same. Do the same. That's as far as it's letting me go with this one. So I believe there's no sounds on these. Right. So don't even let me do it on these. Alright, so that is the workaround. And then now when you hit the pad, see there's no pop, there's no click. So I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick, real easy, small little minor little workaround. That is the MPC software for you. Alright, but it's not major. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna try to record this bass to what I got. So at this point, the beat is really like done. I just gotta, you know, arrange it. But with the plethora of sounds, and you sit there and you listening and you listening and you listen and you listen, you start hearing other stuff. So I heard this. Do it go with the beat? I'm not quite sure. Is it in the right octave? I'm not quite sure. But you know what? I'm gonna record it anyway. So let's try it out. And that sound comes from I believe Skull and Bones as well. Spooky synth. Let's make sure. Let's see. Yeah. Skull and Bones. Alright. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna try to make a quick little arrangement. So I'm gonna do the whole recording the song and recording the sequence, the next sequence into song mode, and that's gonna take me a little minute. So I'm gonna pause and then I'm gonna come back to y'all while I'm doing that. Give me a minute. All right, so now I made 10 copies of that one sequence. So we want to make it into a song. So what we do, what I do, and what you can do is you want to go to track mute. And if you're in the MPC software, you go right here to this one right here. That's track mute. You want to start out by organizing your beat as you going. So each track, you name it. And then, so when you come into track mute, you're able to mute out the tracks. If you, for instance, if you have a drum, you got the drums on one track, like your kick, your snare, your percussions, all of that. Some of us do that. I do that a lot. Unfortunately, see, there's no track mute for this. So boom. When you do that and you have them all on one track, in order for the pad mutes to actually work, you have to use the automation. So you have to put it on right here where it's green. You want to put that on right. Okay? If you want to mute your tracks, and you got to do that the length of the way in order for it to work. So my workaround is I just separate the tracks as I go. That way, when I'm, muting out the tracks, it works. The other way is that you could just make multiple copies of the sequence, such as I did, but I didn't do it like right here where it say copy. I didn't do that. I just put it in next sequence, let it run, and then sent it to song mode. For me, that's faster. For you, if you copy this multiple times, then mute out each track in those sequences, that may work for you. I do that sometimes as well, but this way for me is faster. All right, so I know I just talked a lot, but now I'm going to mute out some of the joints. So I put it on overdub. But before I put it on overdub, I start off with what I know that I don't want to hear in the beginning. So in the beginning, I don't want to hear this perk. I don't want to hear none of the hats, the kicks, the snares, the bass. I might add an 808 at the end of this, but so let's see something. I don't want to hear that. All right, so that's how I'm gonna start it. And like that, you got a beat. You know what I'm talking about? Like that, you got yourself a joint. I am BK Banger, bkbangers.com. Thank you guys so much for joining in today. I know this one was a little bit all over the place. It was a little bit lengthy, but that's pretty much how you flip sample school. That's pretty much how you flip sample loop Sundays. This one was the Easter, spicy Easter 13. Shout out to CMP. Shout out to MG the Future. If you don't got the sample loop pack, it is free 99. The link is in the description, as well as all the links to all the expansion packs that was used here today. If you like this video at all, please thumb it up. If you disliked it, please dislike it. But don't just dislike it. Post up in the comment section why you disliked it, what was wrong with it. Yeah, man. Do remember that music is life. It is our DNA, y'all. Keep banging. Peace. Love, light. Till next time. Peace.